Hey, good morning, everyone. Monday morning, 25 May 2020. I trust that you had a blessed weekend. In this morning's devotion, we look at Psalm 127, verses 1 and 2, and it reads, "Unless the Lord builds the house, its builders labor in vain. Unless the Lord watches over the city, the watchmen stand guard in vain. In vain you rise early and stay up late, toiling for food to eat, for he grants sleep to those he loves." This morning's theme is sleep well and work hard. We know that laziness is futile, meaning it is incapable of producing any useful result. It's actually pointless. But how many of us miss the futility in some forms of hard work? Life is useless unless we live it with and for the Lord. And that's the whole point of Psalm 127 when it says, "Unless the Lord builds a house, the builders labor in vain." But that doesn't mean to say that we can sit back and expect God to do all the work. But unless we plan with God, we will fail utterly. We need a higher goal than making a living or getting ahead in life or even simply planning for retirement. We need to plan with God's purpose in mind. As the writer of Proverbs states in Proverbs chapter 19 verse 21, "Many are the plans in a person's heart, but it is the Lord's purpose that prevails." God has a plan for each and every one of us. We are called to be kingdom builders, each of us in our own way and in our own place. The question for all of us is this: how will we use our gifts? How will we use our talents and our resources, and perhaps even our limitations, to be part of God's building program? A story I love to share, and it comes from an advert that I saw on TV a couple of years ago. It's about a biscuit and about a young boy and his grandmother. And the young boy is walking around with his packet of biscuits. And those who've heard the illustration will know which biscuits I'm talking about. And the grandmother, the gogo, says to him, "That's nice. Give me one." And the little boy takes his cookies in his system. "No, it's mine." So anyway, Gogo is not stupid. So she appeals to his sense of ego. And she says to him, "Show me your muscles." And the little boy is going to show his grandmother his muscles. So he puts the biscuits down on the table in front of her. And he starts flexing his muscles. And as he turns his back and he flexes his muscles, so Gogo starts helping herself to the cookies. And every time he turns around and flexes more muscles, she takes another cookie. And that is how I find that many of us are with our gifts and our talents and even our resources. We seem to forget that the resources and the talents and the gifts that we have come from God. Yet, in today's economic society, we overlook that point. So, the challenge is that we need to continue working hard with what we have been given for as long as we have been given. But we are also to get some good sleep along the way. We need to trust that God's will be done and that He will accomplish everything He means to be done through you. My dear friends, the thought is this: what are you doing with those gifts and talents that God has given you? Are you hoarding them for yourself? Building up a little empire which means nothing at the end of the day? Or are you part of God's plan for enriching His kingdom? May the Lord be with you, may He bless you, may He protect you, may He cause His face to shine upon you and be with you always. Amen.